Hello my friends, welcome back to Make It Monday with Bob's Red Mill. If we haven't met yet, my name is Matt Weinstein, aka Glass of Weinstein. I am a dedicated gluten-free cook and content creator, and I'm super excited to share this new recipe with you. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my recipe for gluten-free apple and honey donuts, featuring Bob's Red Mill's 1-to-1 baking flour. I'm so excited, so grab a glass of Weinstein and let's get baking! This recipe is super simple. Let's get right to it. We're gonna start with 2 cups of our Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 baking flour. This has everything you already need, xanthan gum and a nice combination of gluten-free flours and starches. And then to this, I've got some spices and some baking powder already measured out. We've got 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Let's get that in there. And now we'll whisk it all together. The cinnamon is already so aromatic, you are not ready for how amazing your house is going to smell. That's it for our dry mixture. Let's move on to our wet ingredients. I like to do everything in a measuring cup. It's Garten style. We just whisk everything together and then we'll pour it in. Super easy. We are starting with a half a cup of some dark brown sugar. Get that in there, lightly packed. To that, I've got 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Add that right on in. You can use any kind of dairy or non-dairy milk that you like, but I'm using half a cup of some extra creamy oat milk. I just find that it is super velvety and delicious. And then I'm gonna carefully crack 1 egg. Hopefully I won't get any shells. Beautiful. Get that right in there as well. And then the piece de resistance, we've got our applesauce and our honey. 1/2 cup of that applesauce goes right in, followed by a 1/4 cup of the honey. Just get everything into your little mixing cup, measuring cup, and whisk everything together. It's gonna take on a beautiful dark brown color, and it's gonna smell delicious. My friends, we're almost done. Next step is to add our wet mix into our dry. So everything pours right in. Make sure you get all those bits, all of that flavor, and then just whisk everything together. Once the wet mix hits that cinnamon and that flour, everything just explodes. It just smells like childhood. It smells like fall. You're gonna love it. Okay, everything is mixed together. We're gonna let our batter rest at room temperature for a few minutes before we put it into our baking pans. While our batter continues to rest, I'm going to spray up our tins. I've got my little donut tin here, so it obviously yields 6 of these. I don't have 2 of these, so I'm just doing the 1, and then I'll do some of my mini donuts as well. So just make sure you give them a nice spray. You don't want anything to stick, especially because there's so much sugar in the batter. That will really stick to things if you don't grease them up enough. So be diligent and spray away. To make this next step easier, I'm gonna pipe using a little Ziploc bag. If you have piping bags, feel free to use those. This is just gonna make it a little bit easier to transport the batter into our donut tin. Whoa, stay over. And then scrape everything just right in. Use the side of the bags to wipe off your little rubber spatula as you go. Anyone want to lick this spoon? We've got all our batter in here using some kitchen shears or scissors. Snip off a little bit on the end. You're gonna want to twist the back just so you can try and keep everything moving along. Make sure you're holding it nice and firm. You want one hand at the front so you can really direct the flow of what comes out, and just apply a little bit of pressure using your back hand. And we are just gonna pipe about 2 or 3 times around. And just keep doing that. We've got our oven preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Our donuts are gonna go in for about 10 minutes until they're beautifully puffed and golden brown. See you later. While our donuts are finishing baking, I'm just combining 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar with some cinnamon for dusting at the very end. Safety first. Let's pull these out. Little babies. And look how gorgeous these came out. We're gonna let these rest for just a few minutes before dipping them in our cinnamon sugar. For safety, chopsticks are a super helpful way to get your donuts out of your tin and into your cinnamon sugar. Give them a light dusting on both sides. Look how beautiful these came out. They don't take that much time to make. Let's give them a taste. They're so light. Just the right amount of sweetness without being too crazy. And so fluffy and delicious. Hope you give these a try. Thank you so much, my friends, for joining me again for Make It Monday with Bob Treadmill and for welcoming my favorite season, fall. These apple and honey donuts are so delicious. I can't wait for you to try them. If you like this recipe and want to follow along for more stuff, you can follow me here on Instagram at Glass of Weinstein and on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube as well, and my website, glassofweinstein.com. Until next time, my friends, happy fall.